Hello everyone. Today in this lecture of operations management, the point of discussion will be International Organization for Standardization, that is generally known as ISO series. In ISO, we are going to cover ISO 9000 series as well as ISO 14000 series, that what does it actually mean and what are its various series like ISO 9001 to 14001, 14005 and so on, and why they are important for an organization as well as for the customer, that we are going to discuss today in this very particular lecture for ISO. So let's begin with the ISO 9000 concept. That what is ISO 9000? If we define it, then it is a set of international standards on quality management and quality assurance developed to help companies effectively document the quality system elements needed to maintain an efficient quality system. They are not specific to any one industry and can be applied to organizations of any size. It means any of whatever is the size of an organization, doesn't matter. Anyone can adopt these standardizations, and it can help a company satisfy its customers, meet regulatory requirements, and achieve continual improvement. It should be considered to be a first step on the base level of a quality system. So that is all about what do we mean by ISO 9000. Generally, we can have one more questions in 9000 series. We have like, as you can see in this slide also, that we have 9000, 9001, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Then what is the basic difference between the ISO 9000 or 9001, that we will discuss here as well. Means ISO 9000 is a series. If we define this ISO, then it is a series or family of quality management standards, while ISO 9001 or 2, 3, 4 and so on, these are the family members of this ISO 9000 series. Means it is a series and these are the family members, like ISO 9001, 2, 3, 4. These are the family members of this particular series. So, and in this slide also, you can, as you can see, that we have also highlighted the brief history of ISO series. That, as you can see, in year 1987, this series of standards were released, and with the passage of time in 1994, revision focuses on quality assurance, less on quality inspection. Means they were more focusing upon the assurance part instead of inspection. In year 2000, again some changes have taken place, like rewrite recognizes importance of process management and stakeholders needs. In year 2008, again some additions were there, like added ISO 9004 2009, managing for sustained success. Means if you are able to manage sustained success within your organization, then it can be certified by ISO 9004. In year 2015, which was the 25th anniversary of ISO 9000 series, focus on PDCA. Here PDCA stands for plan, do, check and act. At all levels of PDCA, which focus upon the PDCA at all levels of organization system management. So these were the continual improvement in the series, or we can say some additions, some reforms within the series itself, some upgradation with the passage of time from 1987 till 2015. And whenever the opportunities are there to upgrade or to again redefine the, or to add some more things in the series, that is also happening at present as well. So now we are moving forward, where we have the applications of ISO 9000 series. So as you can see, where we apply these ISO 9000, it is given in this particular slide. So here ISO 9000, the first one, it is applicable for all industries including software development organizations. It means IT companies. So it can be applied across the industries, whatever is the size, it is applicable on each and every entity. The second one is ISO 9001, which is for, as it is specifically mentioned, it is for engineering and construction firms, manufacturers that design, develop, install and service products. So all these are covered under the ISO 9001 certification for standardization. The third number is ISO 9002, which is applicable specifically for the companies in the chemical process industries that are not involved in the product design or after sales services. Means particularly chemical process related industries are covered by the ISO 9002. ISO 9003, it is for small shops, division within a firm, equipment distributors that inspect and test supplied products. So it covers these particular portion of the industry, while ISO 9004 is applicable for all types of industries in the market. So these are the various application part of this ISO 9000 series. Now we move to the ISO 14000 series. What does it mean? So let's go through with the meaning part of this 14000 series. It is referring, as it is clearly mentioned in the slide as well, it is referring to a family of standards concerned with environment management. Means nowadays, as we know very well, that the environment management has become a crucial point for each and every organization, for government, for the customers, because customers are also aware nowadays about the environmental concern, because as we know, devastating floods, sometimes earthquakes, they are impacting huge positive to the death tolls, injuries of the human beings as well as on the animals. So it is not good for the environment, for the nature, that we face these kind of negative challenges because of corporate practices, industrial practices, because of their emitted pollutions like water disposal and many other things. Because of this reason, the environment is harming day by day. Because to have these kind of consideration in the mindset, this series was evolved. So it refers to what the organization does to minimize harmful effect on the environment caused by the activities. So whatever industrial activities are taking place, based on that, what are the various harms, and to negate that harm, what are the various companies initiatives. It covers this particular aspect. Number two, it achieve continual improvement of its environmental performance. Means every time if you are able to perform well in terms of environmental conservation, in terms of environmental initiatives, then also it is covered under the head of ISO 14000 series. So it is applicable to any business or organization regardless of size, location or income. It means whether you are a small organization or the large one or the number one, doesn't matter. You have to follow these standards to be followed in your daily practices, so that you can positively contribute for environmental conservation. So for this purpose, we have this specific series which is ISO 14000. Now let's move to the benefits of this ISO 14000 series. The first one is cost saving. It means international standard help optimize operations and therefore improve the bottom line. Means if you are, it says that if you are able to optimize your all the resources, the utility of all the resources, in accumulation to this, you will be getting more cost saving, and if there are more cost saving, then again it can turn into the profit for the organization. The number two benefit of this ISO 14000 series, it means if you follow the environmental aspects, the environmental initiatives you are doing, then it enhanced customer satisfaction. International standards help improve quality, enhance customer satisfaction, and which result into the increased sale. Because if you are doing something good for the environment, definitely you can promote it to the with the help of various promotion mix tools. And if you are doing it, it will come into the notice of the customers in the end, in the consideration of the various stakeholders. Means you are getting positive image in the market because of your these environmental initiatives, because people are already aware about the environmental conservation. If you are doing so, they will take you positively. Similarly, the next one, it is access to new markets. So international standard also helps in preventing trade barriers and open up global market, because many countries are there in the world, those who are strictly following the norms related to the environmental preservation, conservation, and those who take initiatives, they welcome them. For that purpose, we have this ISO 9000. These are the various benefits because of the ISO 14000 series. The next one is increased market share. It means international standard also helps in increasing productivity and competitive advantage. Means your productivity will increase because you are utilizing your all the resources at optimum level, and competitive advantage you will also get because of your environmental initiatives. The customer will move towards your offerings, and it results in gaining edge in terms of competition compared to your competitors. The next one is environmental benefits, and these standards also helps reducing negative impacts on the environment, which is very much important. The most important, we can say, the benefit, if you are able to do so, if you can negate the environmental harm because of your initiatives, then the customer will welcome you. Example we can take like IOCL, and we know very well they produce the petroleum products by refining the petroleum crude, sorry, we can call it crude oil. They are refining it, they are providing us the petrol, diesel, but in this process they are harming the environment at fullest at a larger level. But how do they compensate? We can see, or we can look into any refinery complex, any refinery area, we will find they have huge plantation initiatives they have already taken up. Means wherever they are doing these kind of practices of refinement, then they also have the promotion or forcing upon or emphasizing the plantation part. Mean in that manner they try to negate the impact on environment by way of doing plantation. So these kind of environmental benefits helps you in creating your positive image of your all the activities and the production facilities, where you will not be getting any kind of we can say the barrier from the side of society as well, because you are doing good for the environment at the end. The next one is ISO 14000 series. That in this particular topic we will cover what are the various 14000 series and what are the various points which we cover under these heads. So let's go one by one. The first one is ISO 14001, which covers specification of environmental management system. Means specifically what you are doing to manage environment. If you are highlighting these things, then you can be having, then you can have these standards, which is 14001. The next is 14004, which is for guideline standard. Means for doing environmental initiatives, certainly you have drafted a guideline. If you have that guideline, then again you can get these kind of ISO 14004 certification. The next one is 14010 through ISO 14015, which is for environmental auditing and related activities. If you are doing initiatives, well and good, but if you also conduct auditing of those initiatives which you have taken in a particular time period, then you can be having these kind of certification, which is ranging from 14010 to 14015, covering a different aspect under the auditing part. The next is ISO 14020 through ISO 14024, means environmental labeling specified standardization. Means if you are doing some labeling on your products, on your services, you are doing it, then again you can have these kind of ISO certifications. The next one is ISO 14031 through ISO 14032, which is specifically for environmental performance evaluation. Means if you are doing good, suppose in the previous year you did a lot about the environmental conservation and preservation, you did a lot of initiative, but in this year you did much better than the previous years. Means at the in the conclusion we can say that if you are performing well comparing to the previous time period, then you can have these kind of certifications as well. The next one is ISO 14040 through ISO 14043. It is for life cycle assessment, that how does your life cycle runs and what are the role of various environmental aspect in your cycle. If you are doing the assessment of that particular cycle, then also it is covered, under the certification ranging from 14040 to 14043. And the last one is ISO 14015, 14050, which is specifically for the terms and definitions of your environmental management practices. Means certainly you are using some terms, some definition you have quoted in your guideline. Then if you are doing so in some in form of a documentation also, which can be audited, which can be assessed later on after your initiatives taking place, their results can be assessed. In that sense, you can have ISO 14050 as well. So this is all about this particular lecture. Thank you.